What is up, Internet Land? Zachamus Prime, aka Zachamus Prime, here with another Transformers third-party Legends scale review. Today, the figures I'm taking a look at is going to be the Newage Fili and Dalton, which are remolds of each other. So they're mostly going to be the same sculpt. This is their take on a wind charger and tailgate. So, as if you couldn't tell. Really clean figures. And of course they're minibots, so they're much shorter than your average car guys. This is a Newage Hound for scale. And then with their other minibots, you've got Sea Spray and Bumblebee. Power Glide. Beachcomber. Brawn. And Cosmos. So they're making a pretty well rounded out minibot team. I think all we really need is Gears and his repaint, and I think that's pretty much it for the Newage minibots. And while I'm on the topic of size comparison, here he is with the Newage Optimus Prime. Comes up a little higher than his knee. So these are tiny figures. But anyhow, yeah, looking at the Wind Charger specifically, he's got a lot of paint on him, though a lot of it's really subtle. Quite a few of these red parts are molded in red, but also painted with like a matching pearlescent red. And it can be a little difficult to tell at points, like what exactly is painted and what exactly isn't. He does have a tiny amount of die cast on him as well. Specifically, this little hinge part here is die cast. This is a little bit obnoxious to mess with because that screw doesn't have a bushing on it. So when you move this, if you make it tight enough that this thing doesn't flop, then it tends to want to tighten that screw down when you turn it. And if you make it too loose, then of course it flops. So there's some careful adjustment of that screw involved with getting that to be just properly tensioned. But yeah, in terms of accessories, they come with. So by the way, these guys come in a box, just one singular box. So you'll always find them in a pair. You've got this piece here, which is, I don't even know what that is. It's a thing for Wind Charger, clearly, because it's red. In the typical Transformers fashion, like this thing was going to like pop out of his arm. So they've matched it to his arm panel. And then he also comes with, I'm pretty certain this is the gun that's intended to go with Wind Charger, because the other gun matches the color for Trailbreaker. And the like big old X on it makes it look like a gas can almost. So those are the only accessories that they come with. Nothing for their alt mode. A little bit tight in there. I just don't want to mess anything up when I yank it out. But looking at the articulation, Their head is on a ball joint, goes all the way around, looks up, hella, looks down, not at all. The shoulders are on a ball joint, so they'll go all the way around. They're also on this hinge here for transformation, but that can be used to shrug their shoulders a bit. You got a bicep swivel here and a single bend at the elbow for about 90 degrees of bend, plus backwards if you really want to. Nothing for the wrist. You have a dedicated ab crunch, which is nice because like this is not a transformation joint. This is all ab crunch just for the sake of making an ab crunch. And that's fun. He's got a waist joint here. The hips are on ball joints. They'll go forward that much. They'll go backwards that much. They'll come out for the full Van Damme. Got a thigh swivel here. Though because you can see there's this like the swivel goes straight up and down, but like the cut's kind of at an angle. So it only goes so far. But I mean, it's not awful or anything like that. Combined with the swivel of the ball joint, you get a fair amount of, like, you're not going to get like a 360 rotation of the thigh swivel, but do you need a 360 rotation of the thigh swivel? No, I don't think so. Bend at the knee for about 90 degrees. And it looks like there's a lot of complicated stuff going on in his leg, and it kind of is, but it's all transformation stuff. His actual leg itself is just on this little ball joint, which goes forward and back a little bit and rotates a little bit. And articulation for tailgate is exactly the same. So let's look at the transformation. So to get them transformed up, first thing you want to do is take the head and spin it around and then flip it all the way back like so. The arms are going to come out, and you want to open up this panel right here. Fold that all the way out, and then fold his wrist up. And then this is going to line up with the rest of this hood. Oops, I just popped that off of that ball joint. It's going to line up with the rest of that hood, and then you're going to push this to make everything flush. That's going to form this piece here into the headlight section as well. And real quickly, we'll do the same for the other side. So open up this panel here, fold up his hand, rotate this around, push that in. Then what you want to do is, and you can kind of bring this up to help you out, you want to take these panels here and you want to fold them out. And when you fold them out, that'll give you space that you need for flipping this part around. At least it should. Yeah, there we go. Now with this windshield section flipped around, now you can tab these arms together to make the hood. And let's focus on the feet real quick. So the feet, you want to start by rotating the waist all the way around. This panel here, which is on the back of the leg, is going to come out. You're going to flip out the wheel here. And then this whole assembly is going to kind of come up. You'll see there's this hinge that's somewhat obnoxiously on the front of his shin. That's going to kind of like accordion up the entire section here. And then you can fold this section up against the back of the car. Bring this section up, and that'll fill that out. And then we're going to do the same thing for the other leg real quick. So bring this out, bring that out, fold out this panel here, flip this up, and then double joint this all around. And before we get too far with this, let's put these panels properly where they're supposed to go. Right here like that. And then these can go, you got these dovetail pegs here. Those can just floop in over that. Squeeze it all together. And close up these windows. And there you have him in his vehicle mode. And it is tiny. Let's get this guy transformed real quick too. Just gonna roughly go through the same sort of thing. So flip that out. Flip that out, flip that up. Push that into place. Push that around. Flip that up. Flip that up. Put that into place. Bring out these panels. So you can flip this guy around. Squeeze all this together. And then rotate the waist. Open up these little panels in the back. And accordion them up and around. Clip them into place. Put that up, put that up. And up and around. Put that in place. Put that up. Put that up. Squeeze that. Alrighty. And these guys are basically identical cars, except one's red and one's white. Guess which one is which? And they look really good. They're there from the bottom. They roll well. I think they're really nice. Nowhere for the accessories to store, but you know, I've got a Ziploc baggie over here for that. All in all, they're really good. They're really good additions to the Newage lineup. I like them a lot. But anyhow, that's the Newage Fili and Dalton, and I recommend them. They're fun. They're fun little toys. But anyhow, that's all I've got for today. Thanks everybody for watching. You guys are fantastic. Everybody stay awesome and be good to each other. See ya. Bye. No. Did you see the birds?